Right.
Hello and welcome back to K and K Real Talk. We have been doing so many interviews because we get excited to bring you all of these experts and all of these tips and resources for you to have at your disposal. But Kristen, I don't know how you're feeling. I feel like we haven't just been like this for a little while.
I know it feels like it's been a while since we saw each other.
It has. So, if this is your first time tuning in, I am Kenny King, holistic health and wellness coach focused on helping women with endometriosis thrive in their bodies. And this is our fantastic co host, Kristen McCrovey, who is an endometriosis advocate, a medical marijuana advocate, and runs all things endometriosis and me, bringing you all kinds of fantastic swag and resources, and the two of us are here together to just help support you and talk about endo. So, Kristen, I'm so glad you're here with me today.
It's a sunny day here, so it's really nice.
Good, good. I love it. We got clouds over here, but it's at least bright. It's very bright, so that's okay. So today we wanted to talk with you about really how gratitude impacts endo. And I guess maybe a better way to put it, like Kristen and I were just chatting about what do we think is important to share. And Kristen, you said this so beautifully, so I want to share exactly what you said, which was sometimes we get so caught up in our pain, we get so caught up or like in focused in on the endometriosis and how it's affecting us, we actually forget to even consider what's going well or what's really good. So I'd love to just hear you share a little bit about your point of view on this.
So, as you were saying, we think about what's going wrong in our life, and this isn't just for people with endo. A lot of people nowadays we focus on the negative and what's going wrong in our life and what's shitty, and we don't focus on what's good and what we do have around us to be thankful for. And it can be just small things, like every day I say I'm thankful for my dog, and I'm thankful that I have a partner to wake up to and come home to and that loves me. And it's you need to be more thankful for the little things, just because we do have so much pain and sorrow and depression, and without depression and unhappiness, we wouldn't know true joy, as bad as it sounds.
Mm-hmm.
So this month I'm doing 28 days of gratitude so that we can really be thankful for the small things in our life. And today we started off with the like just take a picture of something that's beautiful, or like say thank you to someone. And just each day we're going to go through something small and something that you can do to make yourself feel better, or pay attention to something in life, like even taking a picture of a sunset or the river or something like that, and enjoying the picture, enjoying the moment. And I think that we take so many selfies, and we're very self-absorbed now with social media and things. We forget the things around us that are beautiful. Like the earth is beautiful, and we forget to acknowledge other humans just for being human. And I myself am very, very guilty of this, but being on your phone when your partner's right there, human in front of you, wanting your attention.
Mm. Yes, I love that. And for those of you listening, I just want to speak to this place of I've been in that place when you hear somebody talk about this, right? When you're in your whatever, you could be in the depths of despair and you hear somebody talk about having an attitude of gratitude or look at the bright side or look at the silver lining, and there have been times in my life where I'm like, you don't know my life, like you don't understand. If you knew my life, there's no way you could find something to be grateful for or whatever. And so I just want to say to any of you who are watching or listening, if that's you, that's okay. Like there's no reason to feel guilty. But what we do want to do is challenge you, because here's the thing. The brain, literally, your brain is designed to look for problems to solve. Your brain doesn't know what the heck to do with itself if there's not a problem to solve. And this is why sometimes you'll find yourself in the middle of the night thinking about what you should have said in an argument 4 years ago or back in fourth grade. This is a natural thing. So how do we rewire that? Like, how do we shift the brain so that we can shift our energy? And it's exactly like doing exactly what Kristen was saying. So I'd love to challenge you, especially if you're like, there's no way on earth I could do that. There's not enough to be grateful for. I don't want to do that. I'm not asking, and Kristen's not asking for you to just change yourself overnight and make sure that all your thoughts are positive. And I hear that a lot. People are like, I'm just not a happy, positive person. I can't be that all the time. And that's actually not what we're saying at all. You can be very grateful for your grief. You can be grateful for the fact that you have sheets on your bed, or that you can see out of your eyeballs. Like if you're watching this, that means you can see. If you're hearing this, huh?
Oh my God, yes. Like I love the saying that I opened 2 gifts this morning, my eyes.
Yes. Yes. And if you're hearing this, that means you have ears to hear with. Let's just take a second and imagine if all of a sudden tomorrow you couldn't see or you suddenly couldn't hear, what kind of impact might that have on your life? So there is always something to express gratitude for. And I'm not saying going, yeah, okay, I'm real excited about this coffee cup I got right here. Which for those of you listening and not watching, I'm holding a mug, but it's the sense of feeling it. So I love the way you said that. This morning I got 2 gifts. I opened my eyes, because if you give yourself that moment to go, man, I'm really appreciative of these eyes, like, and the fact that I can utilize them, like they work, I can see. And this is really, really important. I run a series on body confidence, and I had a client, and she private messaged me, and she said, I don't know how to be grateful for all the things my body does for me when parts of it don't work the way they're supposed to. And I think a lot of you watching and listening can really relate to this. I know Kristen and I definitely relate to this. Like, okay, well, how, we're so used to looking in the mirror and picking ourselves apart, or hearing things, not hearing things necessarily, but automatically thinking about all the ways we wish our bodies were different, or our lives were different, or our partner was different, or whatever. Our brain is defaulting to this pattern of what is wrong, what we don't like, and what we don't want. So the challenge isn't to just change that overnight. The challenge is to recognize it and go, what if I create a new pattern? Because the good news is your pattern of thinking is just a habit. That's it. So when people say, I can't help what I think or what I feel, none of that is true. You have so much more power than you think. And your life and your body are much more miraculous than you think, if you dare to go there. So one of the easiest, and by the way, if you hear groaning, my little dog's underneath my desk over here. He does this stretch thing and he groans and sounds like an old man. So I'd love to challenge you to consider, what if for February, okay, just for the month of February, if you hate this, you're going to quit at the end of February. But what if during February, you're following along with Kristen's 28 Days of Gratitude? And Kristen, are you posting that? I know it goes across different groups. Are you posting that in the Endometriosis and Me page and then sharing it to the Endometriosis and Me group?
Yes.
Okay.
So we'll be doing an event on the page, as well as posting it on the page and to the groups, as well as on the website.
Okay, beautiful. So the website is endometriosisandme.com. However, if you're here watching or listening, you probably do know how to find Kristen and how to find these pages. But just in case, There is an endometriosis and me page, as well as a closed endometriosis and me group. So you're going to be able to access this 28-day challenge in any of those spaces. And in addition to that, to make that part easier, I'm like catching, I just saw something like a little piece of fuzz fall in front of my face. So for those of you watching, I look like I'm like catching bugs with my hands or something, but it was a piece of fuzz. Anyway, so another thing that this is how I retrained my brain, and I'll just tell you, and I love this so much because now it's just a habit. My brain literally works differently. The first thing in the morning that happens to me is I immediately start thinking of something I'm grateful for. And how I started this practice was I would just write down, you can do this on your phone, you can keep a little notepad by your bed, or if you don't want to write it down, you can just count off with your finger, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And list 5 things you're grateful for. And sometimes when I ask people this, they try to get really fancy about it. Like, I'm so grateful for my husband or wife or who, like somebody, you know, they try to get really profound, and that's fantastic. Expressing deep gratitude at that level is a wonderful thing. Sometimes you feel like you don't even know where to start or what you're grasping for. So you can be just grateful for the fact that your heart beats by itself and you don't have to think about it. Like, how the heck would you even get through your day if you were busy trying to beat your heart, blink your eyeballs, and digest your food with your brain? Like, can you even imagine what your day would look like? We wouldn't get anything done. We wouldn't even be able to hold a conversation, right? So the fact that our bodies do these things, we can be really grateful for one of those things. We can be grateful for, hot water. If you have hot water in your house, you know how much better you're doing than other people in the world? Oh my gosh. Or just running water. This is what I go back to, and this is kind of funny. I don't know if I've told you this, but whenever I get stuck or stumped, I go flushing toilets. I have a flushing toilet in my house. Like, I have indoor plumbing. That's freaking fantastic, right? So whatever it is, maybe you're just glad you have a home, a place that you like, a safe, enclosed place that you know you're sleeping every night, or the smell of something, the taste of something, the sound of something. Maybe you're just so deeply grateful that people are brave enough to put their soul into music and share their soul with you and create in that way. So this doesn't have to be fancy. You can't do it incorrectly, but waking up in the morning and going, here's 5 things I'm grateful for. What that does, and you can go to 10, but 5 is fantastic. And then I do 5 at night. So this way, I'm priming my brain to look for certain things. So now my brain immediately looks towards things that I can be grateful for. Does that mean I don't experience negative emotions? Absolutely not. Our negative emotions are so important for us. So it doesn't mean ignore them or try to glaze over them with gratitude. Like, that's not what we're doing here. You know, I actually recently experienced that, where I think I told you, Kristen, in this fall, I had a really hard time. Like, I was grieving and dealing with really old grief that I never even knew I hadn't processed. And every time I opened a new door, it was like Pandora's box for me. Like, I opened these, it was like, what are those things? What's the magician do with the like the scarves and the hat, and it's 20 million colors? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I don't know what that's called. But yeah, it just keeps going, and it's like, where's the end of this thing? That happened with my grief. I opened one, like I pulled something out, and then there was something underneath, and it kept going. And I was like, am I ever gonna get out of this? And there was a place where I finally stepped back and said, I'm so grateful that I can even experience grief, because there was a point in my life where I wouldn't allow myself. And that's really dangerous for your health. Like, I don't even want to, that literally, that's so dangerous for your body and for specifically any chronic condition. Truly, unprocessed grief can be really dangerous. Unprocessed anger. So we're not saying skip your feelings. But even in those dark moments, you can still just run through a list of a couple things that you're grateful for. And it will, even if it doesn't shift your energy in that day, over time, you'll start to really notice that you actually have quite a lot. Quite a lot. Yeah.
We have tons. If you have a bed, clothing, shelter, food, air in your lungs, blood in your heart.
Yeah. Yeah.
A lot of people don't have like we over here we have like first world problems. But there are tons of people in the world who don't have water, they don't have a shelter, they don't have clothing. And I think because we grow up with those things and we're given those things to start, that we do take that stuff for granted. Even being able to like walk to the corner store and get a bag of chips or something. Some people have to walk like miles and miles to get some water that's dirty.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, and this for me, even just being in a body that is very prone to pain, one of the things that I started really, this created a huge shift for me in my journey to heal myself was um, when my pain started reducing, when all of the changes, when my nutrition and lifestyle and mental and emotional health, when I started really embarking on this journey of internal and external transformation, a lot of this was because I didn't want to live in pain. Like I didn't want to hurt so bad. And when it started to work, I remember these particular moments where the pain would like wear off. I don't know if you've ever had that where you've had a deep, like a really bad flare day. And then there's this part where you feel it going away, like where it starts to wear off. And in that part, normally I experience a sense of euphoria, like this sense of sort of calming bliss. And I don't think that I think part of it is because my body is like, thank goodness that this pain is like finally relaxing and not like, leaving my body basically. But there was I would have this immediate gratitude for being in a body with less pain. And that helped motivate me to continue making decisions and to nourish and fuel and take care of my body in a way that would support a body with less pain versus previous to that, I was making decisions that supported a body with more pain. And sometimes my pain, I now look at it as if my pain starts to kick up, because I'm not 100% pain free. I would say I'm 90%. When my pain starts to come back, I now express gratitude for it because it lets me know that there's something that I'm doing that like my body needs me to pay attention. Like my body's saying, hey, this hasn't been like these last couple of weeks haven't been the best. We need to get back into the swing of you really taking care of yourself. So anyway, I just thought that was interesting because it's weird trying to like expressing gratitude for your pain. That's kind of weird, right? But it happens sometimes. You can be grateful for your pain. So yeah, I love this idea of gratitude. Kristen, I love your 28-day gratitude challenge that you're featuring. And guys, I'm just going to challenge you to take one more step only for February. And if you fall in love with this process and you notice a shift in your mood and your energy and your pain in your life, continue it, obviously. But I'm going to challenge you to take another step and do 3 to 5 things in the morning that you're grateful for, and then 3 to 5 things in the evening that you're grateful for, so that you can begin making those changes and allowing your brain to develop a new habit and a new pattern. So yeah, I think that's good. Did you want to add anything at all, Kristen?
Just be grateful that you're alive. Every morning that you wake up, and even if you have pain, just it's another day that you're alive. We only have one life, and you never know when it's going to end.
Yeah,
That was deep.
my why not feel good, like as good as possible in your body, like try, like, and that's where on my end of things, just being a coach, being somebody who helps people get better in their bodies and feel better in their bodies. That's my, like, why would we not try to feel good? Like, why would we not make decisions that help our body, help our bodies thrive? So, so follow Kristen's 28-day challenge. And guys, please know that, that you're more than welcome to join my closed group. It's a sister group basically to Endometriosis and Me. It's Endometriosis, Nourish, Flourish, Thrive. In that group, it's more about holistic health, the things that you can do. It's more about lifestyle. It's more about making those decisions to nourish your body and move your body and do things that are going to help you thrive in your body. So you're more than welcome in that group too if you want like nutritional tips and challenges each week and just little things to help you take your thriving to the next level. You're welcome to join us there as well. We're both in that group too. So we will see you lovelies next time. Thank you for tuning in and watching or listening to K&K Real Talk. We love you.